Hello and welcome. It is 1 minute past 7, which is time for our Wednesday night one shot. Hello to everybody in chat at the moment. Yes, this is very exciting. We've decided to do a one shot. It's going to be set in the Forgotten Realms. It's going to be set in Baldur's Gate. I'm always very, very nervous about 3 hour one shots. It's quite a challenge to tell a story in 3 hours without kind of rushing it and skipping it. And I don't think in one shot sort of ways. So I find it definitely a challenge. So without further ado, let us firstly check out the tech. So hopefully this is all working. Ooh, yeah, we've got everything else. Um, and as our players are preparing, we'll meet those in a second. Just want to say a few hellos, welcomes, and thank yous. So hello to everybody who is in chat. Really appreciate you hanging out with us. Um, Big thank you to you. Big thank you to everybody who probably will be watching at some point on YouTube or video on demand. We don't want to forget you guys as well. I really appreciate all of that support. And as usual with our streams, we heavily rely upon Hero Forge for tokens and design. So many of the character images are designed using Hero Forge, a wonderful way to create your own custom miniatures and get them 3D printed. You can find them at www.heroforge.com. Please note that anything mentioned on the stream may not represent the view or beliefs of Hero Forge or Sky Castle Studios LLC product. So a big shout out to them. We really appreciate them being very generous and letting us use their images. And I know I keep saying it, but I genuinely mean it. Head across to their website. It's absolutely unbelievable the amounts of kind of customizations you can do, create all sorts of things, including kind of mixing and matching and creating some crazy homebrew stuff as well. So very much recommended. Um, there is another thank you that I want to say. I don't think he's here at the moment, but we've had this made. Boom, look at that. I say a big thank you to Jam Hands, James, for putting this
Ooh,
together for us. It is a kind of splash screen. The picture itself taken from the Baldur's Gate um, Descent into Avernus book, but we've mixed it up a bit. We've kind of splashed a little bit of Sin City onto that, and it's a very nice splash scene. So I want to say a big thanks to James for putting that together as well. And the more you look at this picture, the more you can kind of pick out all of the details of the landmarks of Baldur's Gate. Um, so that's all the thank yous, aside for a very big thank you to our players. Our players very generously have allowed this game to be streamed. It is what we say a ticketed event, so our players have paid for this one shot, and they're very generously allowing it to go out live, so anything could happen. So I do want to say a massive thank you to all of you. And speaking of our players, let us see who you are. At the moment, we don't need character introductions because we'll come on to that in a minute. But just have a big shout out for yourselves. So, Jared, hello. Who are you?
I exist as a person. Hooray.
You do.
Hi, I'm Emma. I've been about a bit, normally being distracted by a small child, but that's beside the point. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Em. It's an absolute pleasure to have you at my table again. And then we go to another regular. Is that Logan or Log On?
log on.
Log On, okay. Who are you?
Liam.
Hi, Liam.
Hello, everyone.
You play in lots of the games, and it's great to have you at the table as well. And someone who also plays in a lot of my games, but has never been on one of the Untold Chronicles streams at the moment because it's too late. Is that Jill May?
Jill May, yes.
Yeah.
You actually said it right for the first time, and I actually picked one that was easy to say.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Jill May, who are you?
I'm Jenny, and yes, the streams are normally too late because I normally turn into a pumpkin by about 10:30 because I get up and go to work earlier in the morning. And yeah,
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Jenny. Then moving along, this is an interesting one. Is it N1A or Naya? How are we pronouncing that?
Yes, Nimble Right 1 Alpha, or people have referred to this unit as Nia.
Nia.
Yes.
And
And yes, I am Stuart or Brooks729, the person who just keeps randomly turning up in places, it seems.
you're never not here, which is awesome. Which is awesome. And then last but not least, we have Jessico. Hopefully that is pronounced properly as well.
I hope so too. Hello, I'm
Hello.
Christian, long-time listener, first-time caller. I've played with in various games of Andy's for years, but this only recently sort of got back into the twisted narrative side, so I'm really excited about tonight. You can find me on Twitter as It's Business Bear.
Yeah, and big shout out to Business Bear as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, where they can check it out?
Yep. It is on, as a Twitter, It's Business Bear, and Facebook, It's Business Bear. One word. It's a comic about a bear living in a business world, semi-autobiographical.
It's a daily comic. Check it out. I definitely recommend it. It's really good and very true to life, which makes it even better. Excellent. So again, thank you very much, players. We wouldn't be doing this tonight if it wasn't for you. Hopefully it will work. Okay, I think that's all the thank yous, all of the welcomes and hellos. We are 8 minutes into our game. Let's take it away. So, Baldur's Gate. A city with a reputation, a city with a reputation that is well earned. Crime, corruption, decay. It is a terrible place, full of terrible people. Whether you are on the streets or a patriarch, one of the nobles, you are never far removed from corruption or crime. Something has happened, something shocking. The city is in turmoil, rioting. No one's fully sure currently what exactly is going on. It's only just started. But word, like fires, started with embers, is spreading across the city. And the five of you, one way or another, for various reasons which we will come with, find yourself in a place that all of you never, ever expected to find yourself. You're in the High Hall. You are sitting in front of the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate and the Council of Four. The Grand Duke is Lyra Portier, and I'll just show you this image here. She looks concerned. There is tiredness on her face, and she stares in thought at you all. Looking round the table, she stares firstly at Jared. What does she see? Just describe yourself.
A fairly youngish looking half elf. He's quite lithe looking, handsome, dark hair, and bright green eyes, and just seems mildly bemused by everything that's going on.
Yeah. You've only very recently had the irons that were wrapped around your wrists and feet removed. They are still a little sore, and your orange coveralls have been replaced with your standard equipment, what you were forced to relinquish when you went into the sea tower, the dungeons of the Flaming Fist. But it's good to be free, if that exactly is where you are. There was a moment or two when you were taken from your prisoner cell that you thought, this is it, I'm about to be executed. Her view, her gaze passes across to Logan. What does she see when she looks at you?
Brown hair, wood elf, and leather armor, greenish tint to it because I've been in the woods and everything, and blue eyes.
And you're a ranger, a hunter, a tracker, yes?
Yeah.
And that is the very reason why you have been brought here. Separated deliberately on the other side of the table, her gaze settles on Jill May. Again, the irons have been removed relatively recently from you. And now you look across the table and see your partner in crime. What does her gaze notice about you?
Jill May is a similar age to Jared. Is very pretty. You know, she matches his handsomeness with her beauty. She is grinning and winking in his general direction and twirling a lock of her sort of red hair around her finger. You could call it ginger, but she might stab you if you did. And she also has really deep green eyes as well.
Perfect. She sighs as she looks at you with your casual calm. You can see past Lyra out. You are high up in the chambers of the Council of Four, and as you look past her out of the window, you see fires burning in Baldur's Gate. You hear the sounds of people on the street. There is trouble afoot. You can't really place whether you are involved or not. You're not quite sure. What could I? No, surely it was nothing that you did in your past. Then we move to Nia.
So sitting there is a nimble right from sent down from Waterdeep. This one, however, has developed the ability to speak as part of the latest modifications and has been sent out to work in the guard. Currently sitting there, wearing some rather nice armor, with a shield on their back, with a nice big eye in the middle of it.
Perfect. And she kind of nods at you. I don't know how good you are at reading sort of visual facial tics. Not at all.
Raise an eyebrow, as much as a face that is stuck in a way that can't move can raise an eyebrow.
Fair enough. She passes rapidly beyond you and looks at our final individual round the table. Jessica.
So Jessica is a tiefling, dressed kind of in kind of slightly upmarket clothing, but it's all kind of for show. He's looking very nervous at the moment. He's not really quite sure what he's doing here, because normally he leads people on murder tours around Baldur's Gate, of where grisly crimes have happened, and he likes to dabble in writing the odd murder story himself.
Excellent. She looks around. She looks at the others and says, I guess you're going to have to do. We have a problem. We have a big problem. A problem that needs solving. A problem that needs solving very rapidly. You have been brought here to be the solution to the problem. You will, in your various different ways, be rewarded for your actions this night if you are successful. Just as in equal measure, and she looks particularly at Jared and Jill May, you will be punished if you are not successful. She pauses, looks over her shoulder at the burning city beyond. As you can see, this is no normal night. We
There's
have...
a bit more on the fire than it normally is.
Oh yeah, I mean there is full scale sort of rioting going on in the streets. Word is spreading, rumours are spreading throughout the entirety of the city. You see, we have a problem. I will not dress it up in fine talk. We will cut straight to the issue as time is precious. 2 years ago, there was a prison break in the towers. I'm sure a couple of you remember it incredibly well. During that time, many high-profile criminals broke out, including an individual called Exemplar, a zealot. We've done our best to track down many of these career criminals, these crime lords and the like, and they are now safely either in the Sea Tower, which a couple of you found yourselves at home in, or even moved to Icewind Dale to Revel's End. Exemplar, though, is one of the few that seems to have slipped through the net. He has been, over the last 2 years, murdering patriarchs, nobles, and has remained uncaptured, remained free. I'm sure, Dressico, you're an expert on this Exemplar. Your walks around the city seem to indicate his actions, his motivations, the way that he kills. This is why you are here. But the rush, well, it seems that he is taking it to a different level. His hatred of the patriarchs and nobles has gone to an extreme, and he has spread the word around the city that the city is rife with corruption, and that corruption comes from the nobles, the patriarchs. And he says that he has a way to enact the actions that caused Ituriel to be ripped from this plane to the hells. And he says, having studied that ritual, that is what he intends to do. He is going to send Baldur's Gate to hell, unless the populace, the common folk, rise up, unless they bring to justice the corruption of the nobles. He says that they have 3 hours to kill the corruption, otherwise he will send Baldur's Gate to hell. So, we have gathered you together, Jared and Jill May. We will reward you with time off your sentence if you are successful in tracking him down. Nia, you will be rewarded with promotion. Logan, we need your skills as a hunter. And Jessica, surely there can be no greater story written by the one that tracked him down. She pauses, looking at you all for any kind of indication that you are going to refuse this command from the Grand Duke.
Jill May raises her hand and kind of strokes at her upper lip with her left index finger and goes, reduction? I was thinking complete wiping. I mean, you know, it's that or the entirety of you and your rich friends die. So, you know, I'm thinking that should we successfully pull this off, and if we don't, you'll be dead and it won't matter anyway. But I'm thinking we should definitely have the entire sentence wiped out and our names cleared as we were clearly framed.
Okay, very nice. Negotiating at the table, and as you look past her, she hasn't got a very strong stance on negotiation here. Can you give me a persuasion roll, please?
I can, yes.
She says, right, I do not have the time, the patience, and neither does Baldur's Gate to go into negotiations. We will quash your sentences. You will be pardoned for all the crimes that you are accused of, setting the slate clean. Is this agreeable?
Well, Jill May at that point will just tilt her head and look across the table to Jared and arch her left brow.
Jared?
Jared returns the eyebrow raise, as it and then slight nod and just looks at the lady and says, "Yes, I think my particular set of skills is what you need, and that of my friend."
Splendid. So that is 2. She looks at the other 3 of you.
Nia looks over. It feels inappropriate to use criminals for such a matter.
It is. You are right, Nia. You are damn right. And until these 2 are pardoned, you are in charge of them. Make sure they don't cause any more undue harm to the city.
Yes, ma'am.
Looking at the final 2, Logan and Jessica.
I do the best I can to track this person down.
You will be well rewarded. I know that you work for coin, and the treasuries of Baldur's Gate are deep. She just kind of nods at you, and then finally turns to Jessica.
My house is out there. Yeah, I'm in.
Like I say, you'll be at the front row of this story. We will give you exclusive rights to tell it and publish it. But, as I said, time is pressing. He says there are 3 hours, less now. So whilst he says there are 3 hours for the common folk to rise up and kill the Patrias, you too have 3 hours to track him down and bring him to justice. You need to do what the Flaming Fists and the City Watch have not been able to do, hence the mixture, hence the expert on Exemplar, the criminal fraternity, the hunter, and of course the law, working together to do what we couldn't do. She nods. You will have this room. Quickly discuss any plans. We will try our best to facilitate anything that you need. And with that, they get up and sort of leave. Now, that is the setup. Before you go into discussing it in character, because this is a one-shot and this is something that I like to do in one-shot games, because it means that you don't have to spend the 3 hours actually planning what you're going to do. This gives you a little bit of flexibility. We're going to use previously on, which is otherwise termed as flashback tokens. Each of you basically have set something up in the past, something that is going to be advantageous to you and you can take narrative agency in the game to go, previously on I knew this person, or previously on I had this stash of this item here, etc., etc. Previously on I'm very aware of this location. It's up to you. You have narrative agency, and this means you don't necessarily need to analyze and plan to the nth degree, and it allows the game to move forward. Do you all understand the premise of it?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Indeed.
Yeah. Just so you're clear. It's a nice way to give you a little bit of advantage as your characters. You've got one token each, and they're not transferable. Okay, so they leave the room, and you have a few moments. You can walk up, look out the window, overlooking Baldur's Gate, seeing it aflame, and hearing the sounds of commoners in the streets. Is anybody wanting to discuss the situation you find yourselves in?
Jessica, they said that you are an expert in this matter. What do you know?
I don't know if this is already previously on, but I would imagine, as I know a lot about him,
No.
it would just be a straight history roll.
Yeah, it's your background.
Okay.
It's exactly what you.
Brilliant. So what do I know about him?
Yeah, let's do a history.
Oh, blimey.
While the Warforge is asking the reporter, Jill May will skip over to Jared and give him the biggest of hugs.
Yep, that's okay. A nice reunion there between the two of you.
Yeah, pick her up and spin her around.
Absolutely. I don't want to skip past this, so if you just hold off for one moment, I'd love the focus and the camera to just pick up this reunion. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the sea tower first. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the history roll, and then I'm going to come across you, give you some information about the sea tower, and then we'll see this reunion. Because role playing is role playing, and whilst we've only got 3 hours, let's enjoy the role playing aspect of it. So, case file, exemplar. Exemplar is quite obviously not his real name. His real name is Abraham Herod. He was imprisoned in the towers. Thank you very much for the follow, Celtic Psyche. I like it. So he was imprisoned in the towers. The towers are no more. They got completely destroyed a couple of years ago, and it was the high security prison within Baldur's Gate. Many people escaped. He got in there. He was a member of the Watch, which is the guard of Baldur's Gate. The lore of Baldur's Gate is split into two. There is the Watch, which sort of polices the upper city with the nobles, and then there are the Flaming Fists, which are a mercenary company that are employed by the Council of Four to do the lower city. But he supposedly got banged up in the towers for murdering an officer. Supposedly, when he was in the towers, he basically found God. I'm going to edit this because that is not quite right. You're not quite sure exactly which God he found with the 14. He escaped during the destruction of the towers just about 2 years ago. He has been believed to be responsible for quite a few numbers of murders over the last 2 years, which seem to be following a pattern of corrupt nobles throughout Baldur's Gate. And that's about as much as you know about him, Jessica, for the moment.
Yeah, I'll pass that on to Naya and sort of just as I don't know the god, I'll kind of give it my usual performance flourish and sort of, it could have been Bane, could have been Baal, could have been any of them.
Yeah, and those are names that strike fear. Baldur's Gate has suffered under all of those gods in recent times. The one thing that is intriguing, and perhaps your character finds intriguing about it, is he's been very selective. He's definitely murdering nobles that have been thought to be corrupt, basically. And they are 10 a penny in Baldur's Gate, so it's not quite difficult to actually find one. But it's not kind of the random wanton murder. Okay, so whilst you are telling Logan and Nia what you know currently, we see a reunion, and the Sea Tower is a terrible place. In addition to defending the city, the Sea Tower also serves as the local prison of Baldur's Gate. 3 levels of dungeons extend beneath it, the lower 2 below sea level itself, and integrating part of the natural occurring cavern system. This both keeps the prison secure and pacifies prisoners, as any who act out that they can always be moved from the dry cells to the dank lower levels. Particularly problematic inmates end up in the swimming hole, a flooded, lightless shaft where prisoners must constantly tread water or risk drowning, also while fending off the blind, biting shrimp that dwell there. And that is the hell that you two have been in for who knows, narrative agency to you two. So it is good to be out of that. I don't know if either of you played up whilst in prison and found yourself in the swimming hole. Again, narrative agency to you two. But the camera sees Jill May move rapidly across and embrace Jared, and let us focus in on that moment.
She will swing her arms around his neck, tilting her head back, laughing merrily.
Yeah, he'll spin around, laughing quite heartily as well. Go, I have missed you.
I have missed you too.
You'll notice little scars all over it, round his shoulders and round his hands as well.
I don't want to know what you've been up to, do I? But you've been misbehaving and you've been badly.
Well, they started it. I just finished it.
You always do finish it, my dear. But it's much
Wow.
better when I'm around to soothe the troubled waters.
Yes, less likely to get my head kicked in and chucked into a hole. He looks momentarily just a little bit perturbed and then brightens again.
Well, it's okay because we have my silver tongue to talk our way out of everything once again.
I'm sure we do. Now we've just got to find this idiot and make sure we get our reprieve.
Well, you do have to bear in mind, and she'll lower her voice quietly, if all of them are dead, it's very difficult to put us back into jail. So either way, we come out on top.
It's a very good point.
So what I would like you to do, both of you, Jared and Jill May, is to give me a streetwise roll. So I'm going to say, because you're criminals, you can give me a d20 roll, add your level to this, plus your proficiency, because you are career criminals. So you should get +8 to these rolls, basically. I think it's +8 anyway. Level 5 +3 proficiency. So you can either put it into the modifier box, the 8, and roll your d20, or you can just roll a d20 and we can mentally add the 8 to it.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, that's very good. That's very cool. So you got 8 on that, so that is a 27. Jill May, did you want to roll as well, Jared?
Yeah, I'm just looking. What am I rolling on again?
Just
Sorry,
grab the d20. Just grab the d20 at the bottom and throw it into the chat box.
went somewhere else.
There we go. That's okay. That's a 15, and you got your +8. Yeah, so 15. So both of you kind of look at each other, and you both nod. You both know the best place to start, and this is quite interesting because without you, the rest of them wouldn't even be able to access this place. There is an individual by the name of Sabrine Vozen who operates something called the Witchery. She hails from Cult, from the jungles below, and she dabbles in all sorts of magic. But she is perhaps one of the best fixers in Baldur's Gate, and very little in Baldur's Gate goes on without her knowledge. Getting to her, if you're not part of the criminal fraternity, is somewhat awkward though, because she operates from the undercellar. I'm going to call up a map of the city now. Here we go. I'm going to share it with the players because I keep forgetting to do that. I know chat can see it. And the poor players don't know what's going on. So this is the city of Baldur's Gate, and here is the big marketplace called the Wide. And beneath there, and potentially throughout the whole of the upper city, is the undercellar itself. Beneath the Wide is a maze of storage chambers, ale cellars, and cobweb tunnels known as collectively as the undercellar. Archways, many with iron-barred gates and rusty but functional locks, connect one cobbled chamber to the next. Some tunnels ascend to street-level buildings, whilst others open through grates and sewer coverings to the streets themselves. At least 24 ways in and out of the undercellar exist, although only a few are widely known. Some are deliberately kept a secret. Most Baldur's Gate's inhabitants know of the undercellar as a seedy speakeasy and brothel. The Watch and the Flaming Fist never police the undercellar, leaving it to a gang of masked toughs who call themselves the Cellarers to enforce order. The near total absence of law makes the undercellar a popular place of business for unsavoury characters who would never risk being caught in the upper city. Their indulgent rooms offer gambling, prostitution, exotic intoxicants, pit fights between animals such as giant sewer rats pitted against dog-sized spiders. Most ordinary citizens who venture into the undercellar for a taste of danger keep to these areas. And the Witchery is one of these chambers where Sabrine keeps her audience, where she meets with people in total safety. So you two think the best way to pick up the tale is to head straight for the undercellar. You also realise that it's unlikely that there will be riots going down there, so it's going to be relatively safe, as safe as a hive of scum and villainy could ever be. Did you want to share this information with the others?
No, Jared, you know where we have to go? And you have to promise not to flirt with her. It upsets me.
I'll do my best.
And we're going to have to. Oh God, the robot, the Warforged is going to cause us a problem. We may have to get
Do you want to put this more delicately than I, my dear? Because unfortunately, I think I might
upset them.
Takes a glance at everyone. Yes, I'm going to upset someone, aren't I?
Right. We know where would be a good place to start. It is a place where people who wish to engage in activities that they do not wish the guard to be aware of go. In fact, the guard are quite happy to leave it there. It serves its purpose. It has its reason. And we need to go and talk to a particular lady who is most likely to know what is going off. I'm not going to take you into her domain. We will head down to where is safe, and we will let her know we wish to speak to her, and she can choose which of us she will take into her domain. Otherwise, we'll get a slap. But you're going to have to be good, and you're going to have to behave, and you're going to have to not try and arrest anybody. Do we think we can manage that, everybody?
As long as everybody behaves the law, that will be fine.
Right. This is a place that the guard choose not to police. The Baldur's Gate guard don't police it. Therefore, whatever is happening in it is legitimate. Otherwise, the guard would police it. Yes.
If they are breaking the law, then they are criminals and should be arrested.
Right. Okay. Does anybody else want to help me out here?
Okay, I think I've got this, sweetheart. So, basically, if you will try to arrest everyone down there, you are not going to last, and that is not a challenge. Basically, a lot of people will be able to take you down. However, what we need is more important is making sure that the people who actually hired us to do this job do not die. So, what's going to be the best option here? Arresting the criminals or actually getting the murder guy who's going to send us all to hell?
This seems correct. I will return afterwards with more guards to ensure that all of the criminals down there are arrested.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nia doesn't know this, but you two know that there is no way the Flaming Fist or the Watch will ever set foot down there. It's a no-go zone, basically. But Nia is, naive, which is perfect, really. Okay, now it's not just criminals that go down there. As I say, there are some general public that go down there for a rush of danger. But
Tourists.
yeah, in effect, they are kind of more or less welcomed because most of the games are rigged. The intoxicants are sold at an inflated price. And they are certainly more than welcome, or rather their coin most definitely is. Okay, so are you planning to head straight off? Is that the plan?
Unless anybody argues with us.
Yeah, I think we should go straight off.
Yep.
Okay. You are given an escort out of the high hold into the streets, and then you need to make your way through this riotous city. You are in the upper city at the moment, which is really useful for you because the wild and then the undercellar, which is beneath the wild, is in the upper city. And to be honest, it's mainly the lower city at the moment that the riots have started in. So it takes you a little time for you to get to one of the entrances to the undercellar without any kind of real issue. You descend down, and indeed there are a number. It's as busy as usual in terms of people are taking refuge here. Many of the criminal underclass are kind of questioning what's going on. You most definitely begin to hear plans being made of taking advantage of the situation. No perception rolls needed. Whilst rioting is going on, it means that many of these criminal underclass can take advantage of this situation. And because everybody's excited and because plans are being discussed, again, you're not overly watched or questioned. And narrative agency, again, I'm guessing Jarad and Jill May, your faces are known down here as well.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Good answers. Had you said no, that would have been somewhat awkward.
Super awkward.
Yeah. So yeah, and maybe one or two of your acquaintances sort of go, Jared, Jill May, weren't you were in the sea tower? What are you doing out?
Well, things happen, things change, the fates flow in different ways.
Cities end up on fire, people need saving, the usual.
And maybe people realise that we were framed.
Totally.
Yeah, of course you were framed. Yeah,
Like we all are, come on.
yeah. I most definitely didn't do that thing. I don't even want to talk about it. Wasn't me. I mean, yeah, my blood was there, but obviously somebody had got that from somewhere. I don't know. Yeah,
And
Just
really
nicked your
clever.
finger while gutting a fish.
yeah,
Exactly.
I never thought of that, but absolutely. Anyway, it's a bit busy down here. What you doing? Are you just sheltering from the troubles above?
We need to speak to her ladyship.
Which one? Basically it's Sabrine Vossen is who you want to sort of make contact with. There are so many different little factions down here. It's not overly suspicious when he says which one.
Mistress Vossen is our intended conversational target.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, we can take you down there. That shouldn't be a problem. Everything is a little confusing at the moment. So you follow, and you see that people are making a lot of plans as opposed to usual activities that are going on here. There are no tourists, as you like to call them. Very rapidly, you find yourselves escorted down to one of the rooms that Sabrine Vossen operates from. It's known as the Witchery. She's there resplendent in a long red tailcoat. This is very, very Sin City again. It's kind of dark in there. The red can be seen quite easily. Everything else is in kind of shades of grey. You notice that she's got her familiar half face sort of makeup on, which is kind of a skull. She's wearing a top hat with feathers in, and her companion, this snake, is coiled around her. She goes nowhere without it. In fact, this is very much what she looks like. She smiles. Jarad, Jilme, it has been a while. I had heard that you were incarcerated. Who are these? This one here. He is watch, is he not?
He's an escort.
An escort. What kind of escort, eh?
Not that kind.
So he isn't dressed up just in the watch outfit as a street performer.
No,
Sadly, no.
no.
I thought you brought me a present.
Oh, I'd happily gift him to you if I could get away with it, but I think that they would object themselves, to be honest.
Yeah. So, to business then. To business. What brings you to my door?
Well, you've probably heard about the rioting and the gentleman threatening to send us all to hell if the lower classes don't rise.
The exemplar. Yes, what a name. What a name. Yes, it is bad on the streets.
And it's bad for business overall. Well, I mean, it's primarily good for business short term, but going to hell would be bad for business long term.
I'm
Yes.
going to say your long-term investments would definitely not return
I,
either way at this point.
there is no argument from me either way. Yes, I sense that you are looking for information, and I sense that you are looking for it at a big discount, as you are saying that this is very much my problem as it is yours.
Well, I think it's
Uh,
everybody's
I-
problem, really. It's
Everything on fire is definitely everybody's problem.
it's definitely an us thing rather than a me or a you thing. I think it's an us thing is a good way to look at this. And obviously there's not wanting the risk of going out and trying to find the gentleman himself and risking the fact that he's a serial killer to deal with him. You know, you've got much better things to do in that outfit than trudge around the city trying to deal with him.
So you bring the watch to my door, and who are these two strangers? Uh,
Jessica, madam. I'm a writer of tales, and I have followed the exemplar's career with great interest and written a great many stories and chronicled what he's done.
right, so you know all about him then, do you?
I know a fair amount, yes.
Right, well, it's good. It is you are all like a puzzle from different boxes, and the pieces they just don't fit. We have Jill May and Jarad. We have this member of
I
the
am a
watch.
nimble right.
Yeah, you're a fine piece of work. You are coming down
Thank you.
here. Um, then we have you, a writer, and the one in the shadow with the. Is that a wolf?
Yeah, that's a wolf.
Ah, nice. I am fond of creatures. But you are an enigma. You you should not be together. Why is it that you are together?
Because needs must when the devil drives.
Ah, right.
And also, it doesn't seem to matter what devil. But to be brutally honest, we've been press ganged because
Ah,
I happened to be in the wrong place at the right time.
I
Um,
smell Lyara Portia's hand in this, and I am right, am I not?
Indeed. Jill
oh,
makes
you
a
are so smart.
gesture to the other three and goes, "You would have not spoken to these three had we not been here.
No, you are right. You are
And you
right.
are the lady that will know what we need to know." And we all know, well, those of us in the know will know that.
Ah, your honeyed words and this tongue of silver. It's already getting me going. I stare into those eyes, and so beautiful,
At
both
this
of
point,
you.
Jill may will tilt her head slightly, look up from underneath her eyelashes, and just blush a touch.
But you are right. Whilst the rioting is good for the common criminal, for the people I represent, the kingpins of Baldur's Gate, this is disastrous. So, you have come to the right person, and let it be known I will give you what I know for free. But remember who your friend is in this time of need, all of you, she says, particularly looking at Logan, Nia, and Jessica. Uh, so, we have an expert who knows all about the exemplar, except where he is, I guess. Uh, you are not the only one. In truth, know not. I know not where he is, but he was responsible for a number of deaths, and I think I am right, expert. that not all the bodies were found. Some of these corrupt officials simply just poof, vanished. Am I right?
Oh, you are right indeed, yes. Of course, I never really took people on the tour to those ones because people like to see the bloodstains.
Ah, well, if you're ever needing extra things to talk about, we can arrange some quite grisly sights. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. Well, there is a very good reason why none of the bodies were found. One of the crime lords I represent specializes in the disappearance of individuals.
It's not pigs, is it?
Sorry?
It's not pigs, is it?
No. It's the shivers. The shivers that hang out and control the dock area through the ever watchful eye of Ever Hungry. He had business dealings with this exemplar, and if you want to follow the trail, he would have received coin or favours from this exemplar to do the deed and get rid of some of these bodies. If you can, battle your way through the streets and get to the docks, you can try and deal with the shivers. Best of luck with that. But a warning, not that you two need it. He's not going to just roll over and tell you like I have. You're going to have to get the information out of him a different way.
Oh, the old-fashioned way.
Indeed. You can give me history rolls if you want on Ever Hungry.
Is that everyone?
Yeah. He is a notorious crime lord. Oh.
Apparently not that notorious.
Really not that notorious.
Well, yeah, poor Ever
I
Hungry.
think, yeah.
We're missing somebody there. Jill May,
I think
Jessica,
Jared
Jared.
needs to come and save us
Yeah.
with
Didn't
his
work.
knowledge.
Didn't work.
Don't you promise me.
You just need to double click.
There
That's
we
it.
go. Behaving
Oh,
itself.
look at that.
Oh,
Look at that, Jared.
Jared
Welcome.
to the
You
rescue.
are welcome.
Yeah. Psychopaths, no psychopaths, I think. Yeah.
And hurt and wounded.
Shiva was again locked up in the towers, quite possibly with. Sorry, Everhunger is locked up in the towers, quite possibly with Exemplar. And he is indeed a kingpin. He controls the dock areas. His gang are called the Shivers, which are a kind of triple play on words, because it's obviously Shiv with an but obviously it can be done as Shiver, like that. And it's an extra play on words because you see, and you know this, Jared, that it's a fairly common fact, and I've got no idea why no one else knew, that Everhungry is in fact a were-shark. And a school of sharks is also called a shiver. So that is who you're going to have to deal with to get the information out of. He's brutal, and quite possibly how he got rid of the bodies is by consuming them. Do you want to?
I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to just turn around and look at the group, smile, and just go, we're going to have to go and deal with a were-shark.
Oh no, not him. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's him.
Surely there are no were sharks in the city.
No, Everhunger
Mm.
was probably locked up with Exemplar. Yeah, we're gonna have to get through his gang to get to him. This is gonna be interesting, guys. But hey, gotta love a challenge.
Mm.
Let's go make some friends. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Yes.
Okay, so it's about as best you can get. She sort of shrugs and wishes you the best. No insight rolls really kind of needed. She most definitely, it is bad for her business. Either Baldur's Gate being burnt to the ground or being ripped into the hells. Um, so so yeah, you think the information she's gave you is true, that this exemplar has used Everhungry as a body disposal. So you begin to head out, I guess, and with the knowledge that Jared and Jilmay have got, you get out into the lower city by using the undercellar, and then you hit the streets, and this is where you run into your first problem. Do, 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 do. Sorry, it was somebody.
What's that, sorry?
Sorry about his background.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay. So let
As
us.
we do leave the Undercity, Nia does take out a notebook and start writing furious notes down of everything that had been witnessed in there.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
What my character know, but Ad's character I don't know. What's a wereshark? Is it like some human shark thing?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a just like you have werewolves. This is a shark that can turn into a human or a humanoid. Terrifying when you think about it. Absolutely terrifying. Even worse in D&D.
Do they
When
need
you say
water at all or not?
humanoid, how humanoid is humanoid?
Well, sort of bipedal, upper half, um, a sort of shark. I mean, you'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's
What do
not
you mean we'll see?
let us not. Well, you're going to meet him, so hopefully you're going to see. Otherwise, you. Oh, Jared, they forgot to give you your equipment. Oh dear,
Awkward.
awkward. Let us sort you that out. So, as you are moving through the city, you see that there are some rioters. Let us quickly sort you some equipment out, Jared. What I'll do is, we've got another bard. You're a bard, aren't you? Are you a bard or are you a rogue? You're a rogue.
I'm a rogue.
You are a rogue. So we'll just do some basic stuff at the moment. I've already put a hand crossbow and rapier there for you. I'm guessing you want some armor as well. Would it be
Yes,
leather?
Yes, please.
So let's get you some leather armor. Anything else that you can think of? A dagger, maybe?
Yeah. So a couple of daggers.
Yeah, why not?
That would be appropriate. Under cloak.
Okay, so 2 daggers there, and that should hopefully, yeah, you've got all your modifiers there. Let us sort out your.
So it's going to be really awkward if we're going to be going into a fight.
Yeah. That should do you for the moment. We can always update it for you if you think you need something else. So as you're moving through, you basically see 2 sets of rioters coming from both sides towards you. They are looking very much like they're just going to engage you. There's a fury in their eyes. You can see that some of them are a little bit blooded. You can smell smoke on them, that they've burnt some things down. These are rabble rousers. Okay, I think let us go to initiatives. Let us go to initiatives.
Some nice rolls.
Does she need to roll separately?
Well, that wasn't.
Yeah, what I'm going to do with your companion is I'm going to do it directly after you. You do need to. Have you read all of your notes on him?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you need to use your bonus action, don't you, to command him?
I'm not. I didn't see that where I was reading it because I didn't have a book for it to be, so I looked online, so it didn't have.
Okay, so let us have a look at this. Animal Ranger's Companion. There we go. So I've put that into there. So if you click on that, because it's on your character sheet,
Yeah.
the beast obeys your commands as best as it can. It takes its turn on your initiative, though it doesn't take an action unless you command it. On your turn, you can verbally command the beast where to move, no action required. You can use your action to verbally command it to attack. So you have to use your action to get it to do something. Once you have the extra attack feature, you can make a one weapon attack yourself when you command the beast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make one weapon attack and command the beast, or you can make two weapon attacks.
Okay.
So
as it might come up, Andy.
Yep.
Just a quick one. Are we using the Untold Chronicle rules, like for things like flanking?
No flanking, but I'm going to up your crits and stuff like that to speed up combat. So Logan, what would you like to do?
A walk up, not too close to him, but
I'm going to unlock the tokens
okay,
there. So where do you want to go?
Just 10 feet forward.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get through. We don't mean any harm.
Yeah, they're going to say, yeah, that's what you'd say. We're going to mess you up.
I'm going to hold my action if anyone comes towards us for my crossbow.
Okay. And Finn, he's going to move forward there, I guess. Jill May.
Jill May is going to double check what that spell does while muttering quietly under her breath. Jared will be aware that she's starting to cast, and she's going to go for hypnotic pattern.
Okay. Before you do that, you can certainly do it, but just as a reminder, everything that is going to take place within 3 hours. This is not just to you, Jill May. This is to the entire party. So it's highly unlikely you're going to be able to take either a short rest or a long rest during this game. Just so you know.
All the spell slots.
Just so you know. I'm not saying you can't.
I'm aware. I'm just trying to work out whether I can.
I mean, your spell slots wouldn't come back until after a long rest anyway, but I'm just kind of letting you know before we go into the first combat.
I'm trying to. I can't get both groups with the same one, can I?
No, because that would be crazy.
Right. Okay.
I think you might get us as well.
I may not. In fact, I'm not going to cast.
Yep.
I'm going to go for trying to talk our way out of this.
Okay, this is going to be incredibly challenging. Their blood's up. They don't look like they are interested in talking. But
on our walk from where we were to where we are now, was there anything that stood out as a good place to loot on the way?
I mean, there's plenty of places, absolutely.
Excellent. That's where we're going to go. We're going to put both hands up, one on either side, so that she's got a hand in the direction of each, and go, no, guys. Do you really want to waste your time beating us up when you could go past us and ignore us? Because we're not doing anything to you. We're just trying to make our way the same way you are. But think of all the time you're going to lose looting because we've got bugger all worth it. Go and rob a shop.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll. This is going to be at disadvantage, unfortunately.
No, I knew you were going to say that.
Sometimes
really
it's more
good.
difficult, but if you succeed, you succeed. Unfortunately not. We're not interested in the money. We are not looters. We're here to stop corruption. You're the criminals and you'll pay.
Says who?
Does May not have a thing that means you can't get lower than a 10?
Yeah, this is true actually. I can't get lower than a 10. I've got silver tongue. So I
That would be a
count
20.
I count anything that's a 9 or below as a 10,
Okay.
which would actually take that to, 20.
Okay.
Thank you for remembering, Stuart.
No problem.
Okay. They are still not happy. These are not looters. These are rabble rousers looking for corrupt people. And
Oh,
you
right. Well, if you'd said that, she'll give them directions to the posh bit of town where all the corrupt people are.
okay. So you've got narrative agency with your 20. Absolutely, they're going to stand down. Right, we're going to move off. I don't want to waste our time with you anyway. It would have been even harder had Logan attacked, but because Logan didn't attack, I'm going to say with your 20 and your silver tongue, you succeed in talking your way out of that situation. Well done, allowing you to carry on your way.
Indeed.
May will notice that Jared has his hand on a dagger just in case.
Yeah.
She will smile and wink.
No, well played.
Did you just direct them to someone to kill? I will make a note of this for later.
Delightful.
Me too.
Okay, so very
Jared
rapidly.
is going to lean over Jessica's notes and just go, you want voluptuous. She'll like that.
And clearly, having been arrested for the last however knows how long, that's obviously I've got no clue where these people live, you idiots. I got us out of being beaten up. The word you're looking for, thank you, May. That made life easier.
Oh, I am happy to make a note of this.
Very good, very good. Well played. Good use of skills there.
Stuart, really impressed with that. That was really awesome.
No. Yeah, you need to remind me because I've not spent a lot of time looking at all the skills and abilities that you've all got. So with things like that, absolutely, just remind me, and then we can put things right.
Stuart had to remind me, so you can be forgiven, Andy. It's my turn.
Okay, so you make your way down, and the salt air begins to mingle with the smell of burning buildings. You do hear that people being dragged out of their residence. It's not just the nobles of the upper city, it's nobles of the common city. And there is brutality in the streets. These common folk have been told that if they don't eradicate corruption within the city, they have these 3 hours to kill. Otherwise, they're going to be dragged to hell. And whether there's a compulsion on them or whether it is the straw that broke the camel's back, they are going for it. You make good progress though, and you manage to get to the dock area, you're aware of the turf of Ever Hungry. Let's call up the very nice map again. It is in the sort of lower part, and he operates from sort of this area here. So you've made your way from the upper city down to sort of here to this wharf area here. And you see that there are a good number of shivers who are loading heavy boxes onto what appear to be a number of barges on the river. You get another map. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice map. Boom. And we'll go to here again. Oops. My fancy grounds is sometimes a little slow to sort of react. Let's just get rid of that.
It's fine. It gives Nia much longer to write out the notes of details of everybody that they have seen so far.
Yeah.
And all of the acts that they are doing as they riot.
Yeah, there are so many people. This is going to keep you busy for a very long time.
So much paperwork to do after this. Nia is very happy. Or as happy as Warforged can get.
There we go. We'll put you in the front there, Nia, because you would be in the lead.
Yes.
We move to Ever Hungry. And oops. I don't know. It's been over a year now since I've been running games in Fancy Grounds, and I need to remember how to do such things.
You are going to share the map with the players, aren't you?
I am, but it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise.
Oh no, surprise map.
It's going to be a surprise. So many bad guys.
Oh no.
Okay, so there is the map. And they're loading up, and you can see Ever Hungry. Let's call him up because I've got a picture. You were asking what Ever Hungry looks like. This is what he looks like. He is a large creature. He is in his were-shark hybrid form at the moment. The shivers are dressed in various types of piecemeal, and they see you approaching. One of them shouts out, "State your business. This is our turf."
Previously on, 3 hours to kill.
Yes. I sense a flashback token being used here.
Jilmay is not intimately aware of Ever Hungry, thank God, but she has, unbeknownst to Jared, had to go for dinner with Ever Hungry because there was that scrap that Jared got himself into and he didn't realise who he was fighting, and somebody had to talk his way out of it. And the easiest and the best way to do that was for Jilmay to go for what turned out to be the most horrendous dinner of her life, although she never let it show, with the delightful wereshark Ever Hungry, who's got a soft spot for her, but could never actually quite talk her into, considering him in that manner for some reason that she'll probably remain completely oblivious to everybody else as to why she wouldn't want to. But Ever Hungry does have that bit of a soft spot for the silver-tongued half-elf ever since she went out to dinner with him to save Jared.
Excellent. So I will give you advantage on any social skills with him because you have expended your flashback token. That sounds appropriate, does it not?
Very nice use of it.
So one of the shivers who doesn't recognise you does indeed shout up and say, "This is our turf. What's your business here?"
here to speak to your boss. I'm not here to speak to to a minion. Ever Hungry would be ever so upset to hear you speak to me so. Jared, darling, please just go with this, please. And she'll raise a hand and look at him pointedly.
There he goes. Oi, boss. Tasty bit of meat coming up here. Kind of moves across. Lads, carry on loading the barges. We need to get the hell out of here before hell arrives. It's you, Jill May. Jill
Yes.
May, yeah.
Ever Hungry.
He begins to salivate a little bit.
Handsome as always.
Come on then. Come give me a hug.
Yes, of course. And she will walk over and she will hug him while trying really, really hard not to show in any way, shape, or form that she just wants the earth to open up and swallow her.
He smells very much of a combination of the sea and raw meat. So, all of you going to stay there, or is it just Jill May that is going to move across? You can position yourself.
Jared
You're
is
not
just
initiative.
looking appalled, like literally full on. What is happening?
You're not in initiative, so you can move your tokens wherever you want. He's a large creature, and he just kind of embraces you. He does that thing where, you know, bigger people tend to kind of lift people up a little bit, and he puts you back down.
She'll squeak in a coy fashion as he does, using all of her abilities to make sure it does actually come out coy and not terrified.
Right. What brings you to my turf?
Well, you see, I was told by, the delightful Sabrina that you were the gentleman that I needed to speak to find out something because nobody else could possibly know, only you, which obviously I knew from our previous interactions. I was unsurprised by this. Obviously, gentleman in the know.
I'm a kingpin, Baldur's Gate.
Exactly, you are, which is why, we need to be doing what we can to ensure that you can stay a kingpin in Baldur's Gate and that Baldur's Gate doesn't go to hell, because clearly Baldur's Gate in hell, not good for anybody in the long run. The chaos in the short term never hurt, but long term being in hell, bad thing.
We're leaving anyway.
Well, do you not think that, it's possible that we won't end up in hell?
Not me. I can get a distance in 3 hours.
Yeah, you can, but also just help moi, because I know how much you'd like to.
Yeah, well, you can hold on to my fin, and we'll
Well,
make.
no, obviously I have things I can't at present leave behind, unfortunately. But thank you for the delightful offer.
Your choice. Your choice.
But it would be really, really helpful if you could give us some information on the exemplar, maybe just kind of,
Yeah. I heard he was behind it.
And a little bird said that you were the man to speak to about such things, that you know the in stuff, the out stuff, the going stuff.
We had business.
And I'm sure that you did so well out of that because you're such a clever negotiator.
Yeah. It did. Come on, hurry up. We've only got about an hour and a half left. We need to set sail very soon. You're lucky to have caught me. You're sure you don't want to come with me?
Any other time, I'd obviously be overjoyed, but I really do have some particular things I need to take care of, which is why I do with anything you can share with me on the exemplar.
Hey, what are you saying? You know me. I ain't no snitch. Hey, you know what snitches get, don't you? Stitches.
No, they don't just get stitches; they get chopped into pieces.
I like you. You're speaking my language. Who's a snitch round here? What's he doing? Him there in the guard's uniform. What's he doing?
Do not mind me. I am just taking notes of the occurrences here.
They say that the
That-
pen is mightier than the sword. I quite like to see it. Can you stab me with
I have a
that?
very fine sword as well.
You can stab someone very nicely with a pen, but that's a different story. So I have a thought here. So you're getting a distance away. Our aim here is to make sure that it doesn't all go to hell. We're going to make that effort. If worse comes to worse, it's just going to happen. You've lost nothing. We've lost nothing, apart from death, But
Yeah, I'm
think
not.
about it. Then you can come. Yeah, but then you can come back,
Yeah, I'll come back
and
if it's
you'll be
returned.
one of the people who saved Baldur's Gate.
Indeed.
Imagine it.
Are you trying to say that I want to be some kind of hero? People want to talk
Oh
about me like
no,
that?
no,
No,
nobody wants
no.
to be a hero. What you
I'm the
could be
bad
is
guy.
respected.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did it on your whim, though.
yeah.
Becoming a
How's
good
that?
person is always an option, though.
Yeah, well, bollocks to that. Go on, get them going. We're off.
That is rather rude.
Did you not
Well,
get the information that I'm not a nice person?
but we
I
had
will make a note of that as well. Thank you.
such a lovely dinner, and I thought you'd just do me this solid of sharing a little bit of information.
I ain't a snitch.
I'm not asking you to snitch.
Yes, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Well, no, I'm not, because there's snitching and then there's sharing information. And they are two very subtly different things. Nothing you are going to do is going to get the exemplar into trouble.
Well,
Yeah?
it's more of a chat between people who kind of like each other and get along. We're having a
Yeah.
conversation. We're not snitching on anyone. The guy's already threatened to send the entire place to hell.
Yeah.
So you're not really snitching. I mean, you know what he's doing. We just want to know where he is.
You just want to chat to
We
him,
have
and
a
at the end
code. We have a code, and I'm
you
sticking to my
have,
code.
and I have respected your code in the past.
You're beginning to agitate me now. And what's him looking at over there? This one here. This one here.
No,
What's he looking at?
nobody's looking at anything.
He's looking at me funny.
Well, I was
Never seen anyone as majestic, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I've no. I mean, you're a fine figure, and I tell you what, I have followed Ever Hungry. I followed the exemplar for years, years and years and years. And if you are part of his story, you know what? I could make you out to be whatever you wanted. You could be the most fearsome crime boss on the Sword Coast. Or, well, if Baldur's Gate survives, I could write about this, and, well, you could be the most pathetic crime boss on
You
the.
calling me pathetic?
Well, it's all about perception, isn't it? I mean, right now, you could
Not
help
be
us.
ready to leave. It does have to be said.
You could help us right now. You could
Yeah.
help us get out of this. Or maybe you could just leave. And if we survive and if we find him, everyone will know about Edward Hungry, the pathetic crime boss.
Ah,
Do you want to hear
Is that
him
his name? I shall make a note of that.
you're
to be a king?
you're right. You're right. It would be a mistake to let you live, wouldn't
Oh
it?
no! Can we get
Ah,
right? At this point,
can
Jill May's going to go over and she's going to walk over to Hungry with her hands held up, and she's going to, if he lets her, put her hands on his and go. Everybody just needs to calm down and take a minute. Everybody's just getting wound up.
He's
Look,
been threatened. As you begin to move across, he points to you and says, leave her alone. The rest, lads, enjoy yourselves. Let us
Yes,
go
we
to
should all
initiatives.
enjoy ourselves here. Oh dear.
Give me some initiatives.
That's a good roll. 3 and a 1.
Oh, this is not good.
This is going to be interesting. So Logan is on 10, so let's put Finn on 10. Shiver number 2 is going to move down here and is going to... You want me to gut him? Yeah, like a fish. Let me smell his insides. And he misses. Move to Shiver number 5. Who's all the way over here. He's going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. Kind of looks, leave that one, yeah. Moves to you. Double moving though. Then we move to Jill May.
Who is once again, and yes, at disadvantage, I'm well aware, going to try and talk our way out of this one.
I don't think it's going to happen this time. You are not a target of this attack, but threats like this. Blood has been spilt and you are aware, having seen Ever Hungry, that he has blood frenzy, and when blood is bubbling up, there's going to be no stopping him. You're going to have to batter him into submission before he will listen to your words again. You can not take any aggressive actions if you want to stay out of this fight and no one's going to target you, or if you start joining in, they might respond.
Well, we see they don't actually know that I can. Yeah, let's see what I'm going to go with.
Sometimes it doesn't matter how good your silver tongue is, if they can't be persuaded or deceived.
And how often can I use my cantrips?
Your cantrips are at will, so
At which point she is going to start insulting Shiver number 5.
Cool. Which is
and
there.
use vicious mockery.
Sounds good.
So she will let forth a string of insulty and epithets, which unfortunately doesn't work particularly well because you know, that would make a sailor blush in his general direction.
Perfect. It has failed its saving throw, so you do your damage. Oops, Fancy Grounds is not liking this. It will be back in a moment. You have broken everything.
All those words.
There we go.
In an equally colourful manner.
So it failed its saving throw, so you can do your damage and it will have disadvantage on its next attack. So, can you see where the damage is, Jill May?
Let me have a look.
You click on the tennis racket and it should call up the...
It.
That is excellent. 1 point of damage. But you have shrieked at him and he is definitely at disadvantage. He is disorientated. Shiver... Oops, number 6, which is over here, is going to run forward as well. 5, 10, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So about to there. Then Shiver number 1 is going to 5, 10, drop down. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to do strength athletics for that jump. Oh, and badly fail as he kind of falls prone, and that ends his go. Then we move to Logan.
I go to bonus action, Hunter's Mark onto Ever Hungry.
Yep.
How do I do that on?
If you click on your tennis racket, you just apply the effect, and it puts it on you. So to do the extra damage when you hit. So that's your bonus action.
And I go to attack Ever Hungry.
Yep. Very good. So, and give us a roll to hit. You hit,
Yeah.
and then roll your damage, and it roll the extra d6 for you.
Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
And I get to do my extra attack as well.
Yeah. Okay,
Miss.
and you miss. You realise at this point that if you've not got a magic weapon, it's not going to hurt him.
Okay.
And then we move to Finn, and then we move to Shiver number 3. Shiver number 3 is kind of confused. He's going to walk past you. Are you going to have an attack of opportunity, Jill May?
No, she's bright enough to realise that she's better off throwing her insults and doing it that way than trying to get into a fight.
Then we move to Jared.
Die. Look, there's 2 idiots by me. Fantastic. Hi, boys. How is it going? Yeah. Do you know what steel tastes like?
We prefer flesh. Ow. And you hit. Which one was you targeting? You wasn't targeting any of them. Which one did you
No,
want?
I meant to target 5.
Number.
Apologies.
No,
I've
don't
forgotten how this
apologise.
works.
That is fine. It's just so we
Might
know.
seem sensible because there's somebody stood next to him.
Yep. So you get your sneak attack against number 5 as well. So you've hit. Absolutely. It's not a armor class 13. You were 1 off a critical hit, but it doesn't matter. So still a hit. Do your rapier damage and your sneak attack damage. Your rapier is no. Oh, is that?
Oh.
Yeah, that is a very nice maximum there. Sneak attack at level 5. Is it? Are we at 4 now? Are we
I
at
think.
4 or 3 for a rogue? Just give me a second. Fifth level 3, yeah. So roll 3d6 as well as you and do some extra damage.
Not
2.
one at a time.
That's okay.
That's fine.
So that's 6.
Get to see the total nicely building up.
7. And that's 7 to number 5, yeah. So that's quite nice. Put him onto that. Very good. Okay, anything else you want to do?
Just double checking. Because brain no worky, helpful. I have no idea how I do it, but can I use my cunning action and disengage?
You can do
That seems
so.
like a very sensible option.
You just say I'm disengaging. Doesn't mean that you move. It just means that there can't be
Yeah.
attacks of opportunity. But you've not used your move as yet, so you can move up to your speed without attacks of opportunity now. So I
Yeah.
believe you can move 30
Yeah.
feet. So anywhere you want, 6 squares basically.
I'm gonna go next to Jill May because I can.
Okay, so you move up there. You come here to my turf and make threats. Threats are no good if you are dead, as he tries to bite you. Wow, is your armor class rung, Jesco?
No, I don't have any armor, it would seem.
Do you want some armor? Have you not brought any armor?
I don't know.
I don't.
Probably not.
I think you do want some armor, I think, is the
I
answer
would
to
love
that
some
question.
armor, please.
Yes,
DM.
I'd very much like some armor, please, now.
What?
I'm barred, so I can have light armor.
Yeah. So light armor, does that include where are we with light armor? I'm sure that must be at least leather, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be leather.
Is this a flashback to when you went shopping beforehand?
You don't need to use your flashback token for stuff that you should have
I don't know.
had.
It depends if he decides to suddenly buy a magic weapon as this point.
Yeah. It might be useful at this point. Oops, I can't spell leather. Okay, so let's chuck some leather armor on. Oh, you got some leather. You already had it. You just haven't actually bothered to put it on.
We've heard of the naked chef. Is it
Yeah.
the naked bard?
I just like the idea that I'm carrying it around. I've got it. I just
Holding
don't
it up
wear
in front of you to try and
Look at
defend
this.
yourself.
It's amazing. Not the face.
Do you have special leather armor that protects the face?
No, I actually think that that's still a hit because leather armor gives you just +1. Is that right?
Yep, and my dex is 10.
Yeah. So no, it hits you, and see, I tried to help, and it does a terrible amount of damage. As it does 18 points, as it just rips into you.
Yep.
And then we move to you. Ow!
Maybe you should try saying sorry.
Not likely.
Yeah.
He's had a taste of him now.
I've got him. He's on the ropes.
You've got him exactly where you want him.
I'm going to cast, and I'm going to try something a little left field here.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast on the guy behind me, Shiver 2.
Yeah.
Charm Person.
Okay.
And I'm basically trying to charm him to say I could write a great story about him and make him to be the biggest crime boss if he just stabs his boss.
Wow. This is.
That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's either going to kill me or
it'll be the
it's
best
gonna kill
thing
me.
ever. So first of all, it's in combat and going against very much everything that he wants to do. So he's gonna save, but he's gonna have advantage on his saving throw.
So what do I have to do?
Well, because he's got advantage, I'll roll it for him. And this is going to be Shiver number 2, isn't it?
What's the
that's the
DC?
one.
DC's 15.
Cool.
So I've clicked my advantage button, and this is, I believe, a wisdom saving throw. Yeah. He doesn't have anything with it, and he fails.
Oh.
So I would like to basically say to him, now I can make you to be the biggest crime boss in the city. You will be my star, provided you take out the current star. You've got it in you, though, boy.
Okay, very similar to this is going to be a very old reference, but I think it's very appropriate. Anybody who's seen the original Disney Jungle Book with the snake as it kind of looks, and this sort of spirals in the eyes go round and round as he is charmed into believing that he could be the biggest kingpin in Baldur's Gate. Very nice.
And then can I do it? Is it a 5-foot step without attack of opportunity?
Unfortunately not. It is
At that point there.
it is an action to
That's
disengage
action.
unless you are a rogue.
No, that's fine. I'll stay where I am.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of a round. Then we move to Shiver 4. Shiver 4 is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And is going to try and attack you. And miss. And then we move to you, Nia.
Well, this is very inappropriate to attack a member of the Watch. And so I'm going to first of all turn towards Everhungry and declare that Jessica is under my protection as I cast Sanctuary on him.
Wow, very nice. And we know how powerful Sanctuary is. I just want to say a big shout out to Charlie, who's got it. Yeah, trust in me. It's a classic movie. Right, back to you, Nia.
And let's
You hit, wounding him.
and then second attack.
You hit again. Heavily wounding him now. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice. Is that your go?
That is my go.
Brilliant. We move to Shiver 2. Shiver 2 winks at you. Winks at you, kind of steps forward, raises his and says, "It's mine. It's going to be all mine." He's so dead. Rolls a natural one as well. As he swings at Everhungry, just looks at him. And then we move to Shiver 5, which is this one here. No flanking or anything, so he's just going to target you and try and shiv you up, missing you. And then we move to Jill May.
Again, Jill May is going to unleash vicious mockery upon. We'll go for Shiver number 4 this time, just to basically try and disadvantage them as best she can without obviously attacking them.
Okay. Yeah, so this is very subtle. Again, it fails. Shiver number 4.
And again, it will be it will be a shock to the ears, the epitaph that this kind of very delicate beautiful looking half-elf manages to come out with.
Yeah, some shocking words. Very good. Okay. Thank you for controlling chat there, Brooks. Charlie has Charlie's
I'm not
named.
controlling, I'm just encouraging.
Yeah. Shiver number 2 is now called Bruce.
Future Kingpin.
Maybe. Thanks to chat for taking part. Absolutely. So we move to Shiver number 6. Again, because Jared is hiding behind Jill May, and Jill May at the moment has been indicated as not a target. It seems that Nimblewright, Nia.
Wow.
You say hiding, but Jared would say protecting.
Okay.
Totally protecting. I am totally protecting her.
But you get shivved for 8 points of damage.
Ouch.
And it gets worse as this one runs forward. And
guard dies before we do this, then they really can't take us back.
yeah, gets shivved again. And then we move to Logan.
Just a quick question, because I just read it how it's worded. You know, extra attack?
Yep.
Is it 2 actions? Because it says when you use your attack action, you can attack twice.
That's right.
Or would that use bonus?
Yeah, so you can basically attack with your crossbow and then command your fin to attack instead if you want.
Yeah, do that then.
Okay.
Does it cost an action to move across Hunter's Mark? I guess it does.
No, you can't move Hunter's Mark until your target is dead. Unfortunately, it seems that Everhungry is immune to non-magical weapons.
Okay, I'll just attack one of the others then.
Yeah, that
number 3
might be. So get rid of Everhungry, that's it, and make your attack. Boom, you hit, and that is a critical hit with the rules. So if you go to your crossbow on your actions, you see where it says are you using your crossbow or your longbow?
Crossbow.
So if you left click where it says 1d8 plus 3 and drag it, before you roll it, if you right click, you'll add a second dice to it. And then that's it. Perfect.
Nice.
Oh, doing a lot of nice damage there. And then are you getting Finn to charge in?
But yeah, bonus action to get Finn to attack number 3.
It's not a bonus action. All it
Oh.
is your second attack action.
Oh, second attack and action.
And let us do a target with Finn. And I think, yeah, you've got your +2. I think that is it. So just click on your roll to hit. We need to get this creature sorted. So that's going to hit and give us some damage as well.
I don't think it's got +2 on it, but
That's okay. So that'll be an extra 2 points of damage to that one. Shiver number 3. Very nice. Anything else you want to do?
no, that's it.
Shiver number 3 is unfortunately going to have a go at the one that has just hit it. And we'll miss, and then we move to Jared.
Excellent. It's not doing a thing. I'm gonna go help over here.
Yep. So you run forward, which is fine. Just make sure you're targeting Shiver number 5. That's fine. So
Yep.
there's no advantage because we don't do flanking, but you can roll to hit. Yeah, that is definitely going to be a hit and not quite a crit. So do your normal damage and you get your sneak attack as well. So that is 3d6 extra damage on that, which will increase it. Yeah, that is 6. That is 9. That is 12 points of damage to number 5. Is it number 5?
Yep.
Number 5. 12 points is going to kill it.
Yeah.
Was it lethal or
Yeah,
non-lethal?
was she doing lethal or non-lethal damage, Jared?
I was doing lethal damage.
I know you were. I didn't need to ask that.
Nia is definitely making a note of that.
Okay. So you've done a little bit of a move. You've used your action to attack. You've still got your bonus action and the rest of your move action if you want to do anything else.
Doing a little bit more of a move and going over here near a wolf.
Okay, so dodging about. Very nice. Move to Ever Hungry. Bruce, you were my favourite, it says, confused. And then misses him. Wow, because it's his favourite. He doesn't really want to hit him. Jesco. Bruce survives for another round, and so do you.
Right. So I don't actually have any magical weapons.
We do have flashback tokens.
Yes, I would like to use mine. So previously on,
Yes.
I would have.
We need to do the
quick browsing the markets, and I would like to purchase a whatever you'll let me have in a magical rapier, please.
Yeah, it'll be a +1.
Yeah.
At this level, I think Vorpal swords and stuff is a little beyond the flashback, but
If I have a sword that casts power word kill, that would be great. Thank you.
but I am more than happy for you to. Yeah, I got this one. I've not really used it before.
Yeah.
Nia is going to call over to you and say, "You are under my protection. Please do not attack somebody." As a hint that attacking while under sanctuary might not be the best idea.
Yeah, I mean, you can ignore that. Basically, sanctuary is put upon you, so if someone wants to attack you, they have to make a wisdom saving throw first. If you see what I mean, because you are. I'm just going to check to make sure of that. So yeah, that looks.
If the warded creature makes an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spell ends. So
Okay.
you have an enchanted rapier. Doesn't mean that they can't attack you. It means that they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Um,
I mean, it's up to you. It
yeah.
is up to you. You can use your action to disengage and move and reposition.
I think I will. I think that's wise.
It might
Let
be
Bruce
wise.
do it. I'm going to say, do it, Bruce. I know you got it in you, lad.
Okay.
And I'm going to cheese it up the stairs.
Yeah. So you can move your own token. You've got I think 6 squares basically.
3, 4, 5, 6, and kind of move over there and just be like cheering on Bruce. Like, go on, Bruce. You got this. You're the biggest man here. You can take him down, lad.
He's kind of nodding, yeah. His eyes with the spirals in going how to scout. One eye is going north, the other eye is going
Full on
west.
bardic inspiration.
Are you happy with that previously on for the magic weapon? Because it might come in useful later. It's up to you.
Yeah, it will come in useful, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so we then move to Shiv for. He's definitely watch. Don't think you can eat him, boss. And then it is your go again, Nia.
Attempting to eat somebody would be very rude.
Don't you understand? We are the bad guys.
Well, I should stop you then.
You do 9 points of damage. Oh, very nice. And that is a critical hit. They've got armor classes of 13s. As you...
The butt of Nia's sword smacks him hard in the face, knocking him unconscious.
Okay, so non-lethal. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I think we'll leave it at that.
Okay. We move to Bruce. Bruce. It's okay. Such stories you're going to tell.
Do it, Bruce.
As he misses. Jill May.
It's an epic fight. It's an epic fight. Jill May is she's going to target Shiva 3 for her vicious mockery this time.
Okay.
Because it's too close to her Jared, and she'll claim it was the wolf she was protecting, and she's reasonably confident that if the guard gets taken out, they can't take her back to jail anyway. So we'll save him when we have to.
Why do you keep thinking this?
That is a failure, as in they failed, so do some more. Good damage. For 4. Very nice.
Disadvantage on their attack rolls.
Absolutely.
Yes, vicious mockery.
So it's going to have a strike and miss. Shiva 1 is going to have a strike and miss. Oop. And
I like
Logan.
you called that before it finished rolling.
Yeah, no, it's my rolls for the last few days have been disastrous, but Logan.
I'm going to use my coin and get a magical bow. No magical
Okay,
crossbow.
so a crossbow that you want, not a longbow, yeah?
Yeah, a crossbow.
Okay, you're all suddenly remembering. Wait there, we forgot we had these enchanted items. And what type of crossbow was it?
A light.
A light crossbow. This is Logan. Inventory. Light crossbow. Boom.
I love how every time you seem to say Logon's name, it seems to change between Logon, Logan, Lagoon.
The ammo just switches over. Doesn't it?
Oh, I forgot. Ever Hungry has legendary actions. It consumes nimble right.
Damn!
No.
Sorry, can you just put yourself on
Sorry, I
mute now,
shouldn't have said-
Stuart? Because I've just killed you.
Oh,
Oh, God, it's amazing being a dungeon master. You can literally just do things like that.
What have we learned? We don't argue with God.
That's right. So you do have that magical crossbow loaded up to you now with your flashback token.
Yeah, evergreen now.
Okay, you want to get rid of Shiver 3, that's it. You have the capability of potentially hurting this thing now. Can you apply your Hunter's Mark to yourself again? Because it's still on Ever Hungry if you do hit. Oh, and after all that,
I
it
could use a
was
subscriber reroll.
you wanted. Sorry.
I'll use one of my subscriber rerolls.
Yeah, absolutely. You use your heroic action point, your hap.
I did have a
Uh,
quick question about the hap, Andy.
yeah,
Can the chat give a hap to Bruce?
yeah. If you
Oh.
want to give it to Bruce, absolutely, absolutely. So as you look
Nice.
now, how are we pronouncing your name, Liam?
Longo.
Lungo,
Longon.
Lungon.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I would never have got that. Lung gone. Okay.
That's wonderful. It wasn't me doing it to you with the name.
Okay. But no, that is a tremendous hit, and as you look in the chat box, full 18 points of damage to it, and for the first time in quite a while, he has felt pain, and he turns and looks towards you, London. Bruce might well survive this. Are you going to use your second attack to get Finn to attack?
I'm going to use my second attack to attack ever.
Okay, have you got crossbow expert feat? Because a crossbow has a reload.
I don't think so. I'll just double check.
So
No.
I believe a crossbow has a loading property, which means you can only shoot once per turn with it.
Okay, I'll get Finn to attack. then.
Yeah, you can get Finn to attack. Let's move it down to Finn. It's targeting Shiver number 3. And it unfortunately misses. Shiver number 3 is going to swing at and hit.
At disadvantage.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, that's okay. Let us see. Oh yeah, you are right. Well done.
Nice.
So Finn doesn't take any damage at all. I've just corrected that. As your vicious mockery affects him so much, he's bleeding out of the ears. And then we move to Jared.
I had to make a decision. Do I suddenly have a magical weapon, or do I just go and try and grab one of someone? Who actually has a magic weapon at this point?
I've got one now.
Yeah, you can look around. It doesn't appear that anybody. You think that Everhungry might have a magical weapon. It's not a finesse though. It is a trident.
Darn.
I don't think he's going to just give it to you either.
Oh, he'll give it to you.
Oh.
He'll impale
I-
you on
Yeah.
Really in the stabby. Yeah. No point in holding back. It's more than halfway through. So I have been to these docks before,
Yep.
and cleverly, just before my arrest, I had actually stashed my magic weapon here.
Very
So
nice.
I'm going to
Nice.
slide over, hit the floorboard that's got it just stuck underneath. I'm
Yep.
going to pull my sword out, and I am gonna make poor life choices.
Just let me add it to your character sheet. Do you kind
I
of
love
like
the
stamp on the floorboard and it just flips
Yeah,
up and you catch
literally.
it?
yeah.
I stamp on a specific floorboard. It flicks up and into my hand.
Yeah, perfect.
How do you target people?
I think you wait a moment for your magic sword to appear in your hand as it flies through the air,
So you catch that now.
and then
You should see that has added it to your character sheet. So if you want to target something, you control and left click. There you go. So you're targeting Everhungry now.
Awesome. This is possibly about to be my worst life choice ever. Let's go stab as a big sharp man. I'm gonna go and cat-like and just like jump on his back and stab him.
Yep. So you run forward and you attack. You hit him. This is going to be nice because you do your weapon damage first, which you
What
managed to
is
roll another
that?
1 again.
How is this happening?
But your sneak attack comes off your weapon damage as well, so that will also be magical this time. So you get to roll 3d6, and that will also affect him. How many ones
What
can
is
you roll?
happening?
That is 4. That's
This is
still not
making up
bad.
for Florence. You
That-
know it's making up for
yeah.
Florence.
That's still a very nice 7 plus 5, which is 12 points of damage to him.
Yes,
and it
and-
is actually done to him as well. So that is an extra 7, which is going to put him onto that.
And I think I'm gonna be smart here and like do my disengage.
Yep.
Use my cunning action, disengage, run
Yep.
away. Thanks.
Okay. So you've only moved 10 feet. So you've got another 20 feet you can move away.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, very nice. It is Everhungry's turn. Everhungry has been hurt, but you know what really hurts? His best mate Bruce betraying him, and that is the true hurt. And he's gonna only give back in the only way he knows, by biting his head off. It does hit. Bruce gets a bit. For 22 points of damage.
I would like to use my reaction to use Rebuke the Violent.
Okay, so tell me how this works.
Can he make a Wisdom saving throw DC 13? A long shot, I know, but
let us see. Wisdom save. There we go. No, it's only a 10.
On a failure, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt.
You're kidding me. That is an amazing move, as it takes 22 points of radiant damage.
Radiant damage is magical, I do believe.
Well, it's a form of damage basically, and this creature is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing that is non-magical. It doesn't say anything about radiant, so it does the full 22 to him, absolutely, and he's heavily wounded as that flash.
That's what happens when you bite Bruce.
That is ow, and he turns towards you. I'm gonna rip you gear from gear. And then we move to Jessico.
Cripes. Yeah, I'm not really in a great position to attack him. Is a sanctuary still on there? I guess it's still.
Yeah, sanctuary lasts for a minute, and it's not concentration. Not that you need to concentrate on it, but
No.
Nia would, but it's not concentration. It's a payoff, really.
Yeah. What I'm going to do now is actually move to help, because I don't think that Sharky Boy is going to try and get me now.
Yeah.
If I move, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here.
Yep.
And I'm going to, because Charm Person isn't a spell that I can I have to concentrate on either, I don't think. So
no, it's not concentration, just lasts an hour.
Yeah, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to cast it on one of the guys attacking Nia. I'm going to cast it on Shiver 6.
Okay, so target Shiver 6. Or somebody got some kind of strange music jangling.
A little bit of background coming from Logan.
Logan, do you want to?
Sorry, Longan.
Yeah, Lungan. Perfect. So target Shiver number 6. It is going to be at disadvantage because everybody's in combat. I rolled it last time, didn't I? This is a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
So let's have a look. Shiver number 6. Boom. Advantage.
I'm going to say, you see what he did to Bruce? Sorry, wrong accent. You see what I did to Bruce? Wrong game.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you and, yeah, it's because he attacked Bruce as he rolled a 17 and it fails. Sorry about that.
No, worth a try.
It is. And then we move to Nia.
Nia is not happy that this where Shark is attacking somebody who is willing to redeem themselves in such a way and turn upon such an evil person, and so he's going to step here,
Yep.
which I'm imagining will take an opportunity attack.
Oh, absolutely. From Shiver number 6. Oops, he's already targeting you. Boom, boom. Misses.
Oh, and I'm going to attack Everhungry.
Wow. You hit.
And going to burn a spell slot to Divine Smite.
Okay,
Which
very
I
good.
don't have set up as a thing in here, so I'll have
Okay.
to roll separately.
Uh,
So that does the 0 damage because it's not a special sword.
yeah, but then it does 12 points of radiant damage. I'm guessing.
Assuming that he's not a fiend or an undead.
Nah, he's
It'll be a bit of a surprise.
so that is 12. So that is
The undead were-shark.
yeah. Nah, he's not.
That's a level of horrifying I don't think we're ready
Yeah.
for.
Well, it can be. Okay, so yeah. So we come up to Bruce.
Do have a second attack as well.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
I'm going to turn around and smack this other shiver.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm not.
He misses. Yeah. Okay. So basically, Ever Hungry now, having taken enough damage, basically goes, right, okay, everybody, calm down. I'll tell you what you want. You proved your point.
At which point, Jill May is going to put her hands on her hips and look at him and go, really, did we have to mess about at this?
Hey, I ain't no snitch. All right? So, let's be pleasant about it. You, Bruce, you've hurt me. What is this? What is this all about? You and me are going to have words.
At which point, Jill May is going to look at Jessica and go, now might be a good time to come clean.
He's and I'll relinquish the spell on him and be like, sorry, pal.
Yeah, he just drops his shiv, looks at what he's done, and he's like, sorry, boss, sorry.
He wasn't in his right mind, Ever Hungry. He wasn't. He wouldn't have done that had Jessica not messed with his head.
This gentleman appears to have tried to show redemption. He should be rewarded for such a thing.
Yeah, he'll get his reward. His reward will be, he's not going to be our next meal. That'll be those lads over there, as he kind of points at the fallen bodies. Waste not, want not, eh? Waste not, want not. Anyway, it seems that you've got pressing business, and so do we. We want to get the hell out of here. So, what is it that you want to know?
Jill May will look around at the rest of the party as if to say, I got us here.
Where?
You talk.
I'm still waiting for a fight.
Where is the exemplar? That's what we want to know. Where is he?
Right. Okay. So, we did have business dealings, and I can let you know that he's gone right weird. He's fallen to some kind of religion, and it's a bad un. Muttering on about spiders and the like. You've heard of Loth? Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Really? Spiders.
Spiders. It has to be spiders, doesn't it? I hate the little buggers. But it seemed that his only friend in the towers was a little spider that whispered sweet nothings to him. An agent of Loath, no doubt, has turned his mind. He's not all there. Uh, if you ask me, he's not really a priest, or maybe a holy knight like you, a paladin of Loath. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I've heard. And at the moment, he's well, hiding in plain sight, I guess. You wouldn't believe where it is, but I'm surprised no one's ever bothered looking for him there. He's made his base in his old family crypt, not far from here.
Oh God, that's just so blasé.
I don't think you could get more of a cliche villain trait, but yeah, that
Hey,
would make sense.
yeah, that's one thing I'm not. I'm not cliche.
You're
No,
not. You're
you're not.
vicious, and I like it.
I'm just going to get a bit of Bruce out of my teeth. You don't mind? Sorry, Bruce. As he kind of starts getting some of the meat out and dropping it down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jared looks over Jessica and just goes, "You're a bit surprising."
I will show absolutely no sign of remorse and be taking notes of exactly what happened here and where it happened.
Yeah,
Because the public, they love a bit of blood.
Nia is also taking notes, but probably in very different type.
perfect.
Jill May's got a lovely shade of green, as if she's seen Ever Hungry do
I've
that
seen
before.
things.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. Load the fresh meat on the barge. Waste not, wants not. Come here, you. And he bounds towards you. One last squeeze, eh? No tongues, though.
Yeah.
As he smiles at you with this huge array of teeth sort of backed into his mouth.
Jared's just watching Jill May is like literally ready just in case she gives the word.
No,
And
no, Jill May will kind of hug him, but again, it's taking everything she's got to hug him.
yeah, hot, fetid, raw meat breath kind of washes over your senses. And with that, with you getting the information out of them, they begin to depart because they are not wanting to go to hell. He kind of goes, "Did you mean it? Did you mean it?"
You
He's,
could be the best, lad. You could be the best.
There are better options for you out there.
Boss, I'm gonna stay behind for a while. Is that okay with you? Do whatever you like, Bruce. You were my favourite. I still like you. I've got you. I've got you. I've got a taste of you in my mouth at the moment, though, so that's enough to keep me going. If you and this motley crew save Baldur's Gate, you never know. We might be back. And they begin to depart.
Once she's been unhanded by the delightful Ever Hungry, Jill May is going to skip over to Jared and get a Jared hug just to make the nasty shark man go away in her mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
he's not particularly flirting with you. It's just what he was doing, really. Okay, so you've got scant time. You know that there's probably only less than an hour before you are dragged into hells. Although it's beginning to sound now that it might even be the abyss, demon web pits. Whatever pact he's made with Loth is not going to spell well at all. Is there anything that you want to do? Taking a short rest is not possible, but if you've got healing spells, etc., before you go to the
Lean
family
over
crypts.
to Jessica and cast Lay on Hands.
Oh, thank you very much for that. That's oh,
You-
these are going to leave some fantastic scars. I mean, when I show the punters this, they're going to love it.
You stood up valiantly for your beliefs. Well done.
Yeah, beliefs. Yeah.
And then also some for Bruce.
Well, I mean, and I'll cast kind of a quite sort of furtive glance at Bruce. Like, yeah, Bruce is gonna be. He's gonna be he's gonna be big. He's gonna be big. You're gonna be big, Bruce.
Yeah, Big Bruce.
Big Bruce. Oh, it's right in itself.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you down, lads. Not going to let you down.
I am not a lad.
Well, I don't know whether you want in. I've got this really good idea for a criminal organisation. It's going to be cool.
I apologise. What was that?
He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. Bruce, you may want to keep it quiet around that one. He's a copper.
All right, noted. Know what
Criminal
to do with them.
organisation. Noted.
So we're gonna shiv him later, aren't we?
Well, if you do, it'll make for a great part of your tale.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no one's gonna get in the way of Bruce. You can be my number one. I was his number one. You can be mine.
We'll discuss the fineries later, Bruce. Big Bruce.
Sounds good.
Jared leans over to Jill May as he's hugging her and just goes, "You do know you smell like rotten meat, right?"
You do know that I had to have dinner with him to get your arse out of a beating a few years ago, right?
Oh yeah, I knew he looked familiar. I don't meet many were-sharks.
No, but you pissed that one off and I dealt with it.
Yeah, could have
Okay.
taken him though.
But in the interest of you not doing, I prefer you alive. You're more useful.
I'm prettier.
You're definitely prettier alive, yes.
Fantastic.
So you find your way through the streets, the mean streets that are ablaze, blood spattered with riots and the like, and you easily find the crypts that belong to the Herod family. It seems that it was once quite a noble family, and you begin to remember the tale that other corrupted noble houses caused it to fail and fall. You make your way down, and the crypt is in very bad state of ill repair. Hopefully you can all see that. As you can see that it's dark. I don't know whether any of you are wanting to use dark vision or whether you're going to spark a light.
Oh, I've got dark vision, so I use dark vision.
Yeah, don't forget it just makes it dim light to
Oh,
everybody.
yes,
But it is up to you. You have the choice.
Anyone got a problem seeing?
Seeing what? Where are we?
Ah, awkward. Anyone got a light? No.
Nia will reach into the backpack and pull out a torch.
Okay,
And light
so
it.
light a touch. Light spills round. Okay. Give me perception rolls. Yeah. So Jared, Jessica, and Jill May, most definitely you can hear the sounds of skittering down here. You are most definitely not alone.
Is it the sound of spidery glittering?
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, never been keen on anything with more than 4 legs.
Unless it's prawns. Prawns got more than 4 legs. Do quite like a nice prawn, flambe prawn.
I
Bit of
don't think you
garlic
can
bread.
eat these though.
No, no, but I'm just saying that not everything that has more than 4 legs is bad. Because
I
prawns,
think prawns and spiders are related. Wonder if you can
I'm not
flambe
sure.
one.
I'm not sure that there is time for such a conversation.
there's
All right,
always
let's get a crack on because you know what, I would just like to not go to hell or the abyss or to be a spider.
Hmm.
well, I just kind of like to get out of it and eat prawns now. Sorry, I've just got prawns on the brain.
We'll
I'm
get you
intrigued
prawns
if
when we
this is.
know when we don't go to hell. How's that? I'll treat you to prawns.
Yeah, I'm not going to
I
hell
have,
for prawns. That sounds brilliant.
having never eaten prawns, are they something that is enjoyable to eat?
It depends on who you ask.
So I
Some
think we can
people,
safely say that Exemplar is not surprised by your arrival now, as you have this conversation about prawns and light your light.
I was going to say we lit the lies, so we kind of gave up on the sneaking. So
Okay.
plus the fact he's threatened to send everybody to hell if he wasn't expecting somebody to come and try and jump him. Then really he was a bit bad at planning.
I am letting the obvious person go first and
Yeah.
taking a sneak behind this person.
I am quite cheerfully behind, behind the paladin, and quite cheerfully engaging in as much sneak as I can muster.
Okay. You can see whatever you can see, Nia.
Reassuring.
Would you like me to do a stealth roll?
If you are going to try and stealth
Ooh.
forward, but I mean, it's at the moment.
I am. I'm basically letting the bait go forward.
Yeah, you've done that, and can we get initiatives off everybody, please? Yeah, that is a great stealth roll there, Jared, because he has definitely been spotted.
I'm also going to try and stealth, so if nothing else, I'm one of the last people to be attacked. But I'm not as good as Jared.
Okay. So on 17s, I believe, Lungan, what do you want to do, if anything? Your
go around the corner to
brave
see if I
god has
can-
moved forward. You can follow if you want.
In fact, I send Finn Paul first, see if he sees anything.
Okay.
What's the movement on A?
What is its movement?
Yeah, because I don't have it stats for some movements and stuff.
Okay.
It's like 1,000 foot, is it?
Yeah. So it can double move to here, and it can. You can't really see through his eyes. He's not a familiar, but he moves forward and he sort of growls in an angry wolf kind of way. So most definitely spotted some hostiles.
Okay. There's nothing else I could do action wise, isn't
there? Yeah, you've got your action. It can move by itself, basically. Just if you wanted to make it an attack.
Okay, I'm going to move forward then after I heard that.
Okay, so give us some movement. And I think you can probably see some things then.
Yeah, I see the giant's spider.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to. I've still got my action, haven't I?
Yeah, because it hasn't taken action for Finn to move, so you can target one of those spiders.
I'm going to target number 2.
Yep. Oh, and that is definitely a hit. Just let me check their armor class. Their armor class is only 14, so that will count as a critical hit with our rules.
So how do I do it? Just roll it over then?
No, you kind of left click onto the thing, but drag it and then right click to add an extra button.
Yeah.
There we go. Very nice. So you heavily damage that spider straight away. That is your go. So we move to Exemplar. Exemplar runs forward. You notice that there are spider webs here. 30. And just trying to see what he can see. Yeah, he can just about see there. And then he is going to. Do you want to get rid of your light effect, please?
Yep.
As an area of darkness envelops this area here, it goes black, so black that it basically negates your torchlight. Doesn't extinguish it, it just doesn't show any light.
I appear to have broken the torch.
And then Spider 2 is going to move forward and hold an action. And Giant Spider is going to run forward and hold an action. And then we move to Jill May.
They've all gone round the corner, and I can hear fighting, can't I?
Yeah.
So 5, 10.
As you move to there, you see that there is a globe of darkness.
I think I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. So you go to the tennis racket, click open the tennis racket, and you can apply the invisibility effect to yourself.
I love that you still call it the tennis racket.
Well, yeah, it looks like
It's
a tennis
accurate,
racket.
yeah.
How do I apply the effect to myself then? Just pick it up and drag it, or just click
No,
on
no,
it?
you just click. It should say you might need to target yourself. There we go, target, and then click effect, and it should say invisible. There we go.
Right, and I now move my further because I only moved 15 foot.
Yeah.
So can I
You
move
can
the
move
rest of my
another
movement?
15 foot if you want.
It'll put me on the edge of the darkness, won't it?
Yep.
It's just if I'm going to walk into darkness, I can't see. I think it should be good that nobody else can see me too.
Absolutely. Then we move to Jared.
This is going to be fun. Awesome. I'm definitely not sure what to do right now. I'm going to obviously come around the corner.
It's like
To
this.
the side, or do you just run into Jill May?
There's an orb of darkness.
Okay, looking at the orb of darkness that's going on. Let's go. Can I hear things that are going on in it?
There's a lot of confusion. There is Nia saying, my light seems to be malfunctioning. There is the growling of a wolf.
Right.
I mean, you
am
can, as a free
either-
action, sort of shout out what's going on if you want and sort of speak to them.
Wow.
That's not a
I am
problem.
going to guess that I have seen magic darkness before.
Yeah.
So I am actually going to keep my hand on the wall and start walking around. How far have I gone already?
So you're probably 5, 10, 15, 20 so far.
Yeah, I'll go to the edge of the darkness. I'm going to keep
Yeah,
here then.
perfect. Okay, then we move to Jesco.
Not giving out my stealth yet.
Yeah, Jesco
Right.
you've lost your sanctuary now. That
Yeah.
at least takes one decision out of your mind. You don't need to worry about that.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic. At the moment, you can see that your rapier is magical. Bruce does not have any magic upon him, and then there is nothing else.
No, but I want to cast it kind of round here because I guess sort of to let you know what I'm really looking for is if when I go around the corner, if there's kind of any magical thingamabobs
Yeah,
that are going to kind of stand out to me.
absolutely.
So I'm going to move. I'm going to say to Bruce, "Now's your time, Big Bruce. We can do this."
Yeah,
1,
forever shivers.
3, 4. No, you got your own name now, Bruce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to move kind of to there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then we move to this. Oops, 40. And then we move 5 down, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We do that. And then we move to Nia.
Nira is going to shake the torch a little bit to see if it starts working again properly.
Okay.
And then it's going to walk around.
Do you like put your hand on the top of it, the hot bit?
Yeah, but only in the way that it's kind of a metal hand anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't instantly burn. But
No. Yeah. There's a heat coming off it. It's very strange.
Intriguing. Going to come here and hold an action to attack anything that comes close.
Okay. Bruce. It's okay. Bruce is here. 5, 10, 25, 30, 5, 10. It's dark. Then we move to Lungan.
Have I got the vision to see where the spider's at?
You can't see anything at the moment.
Oh.
It is pitch black.
Not even enough for the basic 6 feet dark vision I have.
It's magical darkness.
Okay.
Normal dark vision does not function through this spell.
Usual rules do not apply.
Yes.
Would it be an action to get a torch out, or would it?
Well, if you wanted to get a torch out and light the torch, yes. If you just wanted to get a torch out, no.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get a torch out then.
Yep.
And light it.
Okay. It lights, but the magical darkness quells the light. The torch is lit, but no light is being shed from it whilst in the magical darkness.
Okay. Do I know where it is, or because obviously not. I'm going to move back slightly.
Back. Okay. Bump. Oh,
There.
there. You bump into a few people, but you are out. And as soon as you leave the magical darkness, your torch flares up again.
Can I see anything or past this circle or not?
No, it's magical
No.
darkness. It's blocking all of your line of sight.
I'll stay there for now then.
Okay, very nice. What are you doing with Finn?
I'm going to pull him back as well.
Okay. Bump. Okay. Exemplar moves forward and it's terrible when warlocks can see through the magical darkness, isn't it? Boom, 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 boom. So, what happens here is suddenly Bruce and Nia, everybody else is just out of the area of effect, gets covered in a sticky substance. Ooh, stickiness. As web envelops you. Boom, boom, boom. I just need to call this up. A mass of thick, sticky webbing fills 20-foot cube. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them on that turn must make a dexterity saving throw. So no effects as yet. And then exemplar. Sorry?
Does that have any impact on the darkness? I'm not sure
No.
if either of them are concentration or not.
It's not a concentration effect for what he is doing.
Ooh.
Because he hasn't used a spell. He's used something else that you will become familiar with in a moment. But this does mean as the giant spiders move into the darkness, they have an ability called web sense. And because the area has been webbed, they now can see in that 20-foot square. Was any of you holding any actions?
I was holding an action to attack anything that came near.
Okay, so you can attack Giant Spider number... Oops, sorry. Giant Spider number 2 is actually going. But it's at disadvantage because you are in darkness. Oh, that is a hit. Was you targeting? Yeah. Very nice. I'm just going to check because that was a 23. And they've got a arm class of 14. So
so close.
So you bash it. It though is going to have an attack against you, but with advantage. Because it has got web sense and you are blind. And it misses you, unbelievably. What's your armor class now? 18?
18.
Yeah, so 17 and just misses. This one here moves into here and will do the same. Taking advantage of web sense. Advantage. That one misses as well. And then we move to Jill May.
Right. I can't see. I can't see any light or any torches or anything. I know people have gone into the magical darkness with the torches, but it's not something I can see because of the
magical darkness.
darkness.
Right on the edge, you can feel webbing in front of you.
Yeah. There's that. Yeah, and I was trying to work out how to do something with that, but I'm struggling with.
It's only Bruce and the guard that are in there.
Yeah, but it's also in the way of the cross of it. In fairness, it is only Bruce and the guard, though, isn't it?
But Bruce.
Yeah, well, I give no poops about Bruce.
You've not got any magic that you can just fire in there?
Yes, I have, which is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what I want to just fire in there.
I apologise for rushing you.
Can I sort of work out where I think the middle of the magical darkness is, or can I just take a? I want to try and pick a point in the magical darkness that would put me outside of a 10-foot radius sphere.
Yeah. Okay.
When I put something in there.
What are you trying to do?
I basically want to throw a shatter into the darkness.
Okay. So. Bum bum bum. Erupts from a point of your choice within range. Yeah. So.
I want to try and do it so that me and the people who are around me won't be in it, and anybody who's in the darkness, well, it's only Bruce and the guard, and whatever else is in there.
So it's a 10-foot radius sphere.
Yeah. So if I can try and get kind of, that's kind of where I'm going.
Okay.
My ability within kind of, yeah, so we'll go for. We'll go. Let me just have a check whether I'm going to do that at second level or third level. Right, so I'm going to do it as it's a second level spell that I'm going to cast as third, which means that it'll actually do the damage. So it does 3d8 and increases by 1d8 for each slot above second. So
Yeah.
it'll actually do 4d8 thunder damage on a failed.
Yeah.
save.
So click on the save button. I've targeted everybody for you.
Hang on, let me find the save button. I know it'll be the little
Tennis racket. There we
tennis
go.
racket.
Con
Save.
DC 15. Boom, 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 boom. So Bruce failed.
No.
Spider failed. Nia succeeded.
So that's
Spider did it.
48
So if you left click on where it says 3d8 thunder damage and drag, and then just right click on it, it'll add an extra dice to you.
Right, yeah, I've got the dice.
And then drop it in the chat box.
I would point out that on a half damage on a successful save.
Yeah, just roll the damage. It will do all of that for you. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So you kill some things, you'll be pleased to know. Let us have a look. Boom. You did 8 points of damage, wounding one spider. Nim goes down. Oh no, Nim doesn't go down. Nim takes 4. It's Joint Spider 2 that goes down, having already taken damage. And there is this large shattering noise that fills there. You are also no longer invisible as you have cast a spell. Anything
It's
else
all right,
you?
we can't see you at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
So
Anything else you want to do?
No, because I don't want to step on the web, and I haven't worked out how to get rid of the web yet.
Okay, so we move to Jared. You might be on mute, Jared.
Yes, I was. It's the most common phrase at the moment. Yeah. So this is the hard life choices. Yeah. What I might be doing or thinking of at the moment is, well, something broke in there, so I want to use my logic on this. Would I still have my other items that I was after I was incarcerated?
Yeah.
So like general pack stuff.
Yeah. What are
Yeah,
you?
I'm about.
What do you want to do?
I may be deciding to throw a lamp in there,
Okay.
like as in literally like a Molotov.
Okay.
ooh.
Because
so it's
something got broken in there, and if it is flammable, I could do that. So I'm going to go.
you want to try and burn the webbing. Is that what your plan is? You can kind of
Yeah.
feel the webbing at the edge of you. It's
Mm.
not too difficult. You know it's there.
Yeah.
So if you want to try and burn the webbing, you can certainly do that.
I will do that. But first, I am going to shout. It might be a good idea if people don't want to be flambéed to move.
Okay. Might be
I
difficult because
shall attempt that.
they're in the webbing.
Yeah.
So webbing is not explosive.
Mm.
Each square, each sort of attempt to burn it, if you've got a torch in your hand or whatever,
Yep.
you can burn 5 foot as an action. So it's
Yeah.
you're not just going to go whoosh, but
No,
you can start
it's just I'm
burning
going
that.
to start burning chunks of it.
Okay, that sounds like very sensible. And then we move to Jessica.
I don't really want to run in that. So can I do some kind of roll to see if I know what I think Lolth would look like?
I think you probably would know, or
Right.
you kind of, she's one of the major demon lords.
Right.
So yeah, I think you out of character know as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to move around the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Disguise Self. Make me look.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So are you choosing sexy drow form?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'd like to move back round to where I was before. And what I'm trying to do is basically get him to be thrown off. So we use like a free action to say something like your Spider Queen has arrived.
So
I'm trying to get him to just have a moment. It's not going to probably last for very long, but
okay. So are you saying your Spider Queen has arrived as yourself, or are you trying to?
No, I'm going to perform it.
Yeah, go for performance then. Yeah, you are an actor.
Don't biff it. 18.
18 is awesome. So much so that all of the other players want to kill you. They all think that you are Loth herself. No, I'm only joking.
Bruce, be careful. There is a Spider Queen here.
It is very impressive how you have the voice, the mannerisms, and the disguise now. That is very good. Are you going to put any words alongside that of, you know?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
So kind of? I want to use his real name.
Oh.
I want to be saying, Abraham, you have served me well. The time has come for you to embrace your destiny. Come to me, Abraham. Come to me.
Oh dear, Bart. God dear. Okay.
I'm sorry, all I've got in my head now it's Wallace and Gromit with the sexy rabbit on top of the thing. That's all I've got in my head now, and it's kind of scary.
Okay. You hear sort of as a free action, sort of a chittering sound as Exemplar kind of gives instructions to the spiders, and you begin to feel that the spiders are not making any aggressive actions. He also drops concentration on the darkness. He unfortunately can't drop concentration on the web due to the fact that it is not a spell. Oops, that is sort of down like that. But we're still in initiative, so Nia, what do you want to do?
Nia is currently torn from seeing that now that they can actually see Bruce, he looks quite injured.
Yeah, Bruce is in a bad way, but he rushed in to the action, the fray.
He was trying to do a good thing, though.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean.
Going to heal him a bit.
Oh, look at that. Very nice. Bruce is better. Bruce looks at you and says, "What are we doing? Are we shivving them?"
I think that these people have committed numerous laws. We should attempt to arrest them, but if they resist, yes, you may shiv.
Okay, you're not entirely sure. I know that you don't really care, Nia, but Jessica, it's ruining a terrible lie here. As you hear Nia saying, we should arrest these people.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, for this moment, because we are at the bottom, we're going to come out of initiatives because of what Jessica did. And
at which point, the minute she's able, Jill May is going to point her finger at Nia and use the cantrip message to speak to Nia and go, "This is Jessica. Let this play out. Don't attack anybody."
Okay.
The silent or the whispered message back. Understood.
So, it seems the stage is ready for you, Jessica. Everybody's kind of waiting with bated breath. I can't wait to see how this is going to play out.
I would like to stride confidently into the room.
Okay.
Where is he?
As you do, rapidly sort of swinging on webs, this individual kind of lands here in front of you. He is clad in tattered robes. He has two devices strapped to his forearms, fully
You can't
armored
see him
up.
at the moment, Andy.
I know, fully armored up. I'm going to get you the image. That's
Okay.
why. Exemplar, and this is what he looks like.
I was meaning that he's invisible on the map at the
Yes, I
moment
know.
as well. Okay.
That is what he looks
Ooh.
like as he kind of lands
Kind
down.
of Warforged Spider. I love it. I love it. Warforged Spider-Man.
Check him out. He is just like
Uh,
Spider-Man. It's awesome.
and he kind of just lands. Mistress, I have done everything that you have asked. The eggs ready, the spiders to weave the demon webs around Baldur's Gate so it can be dragged down to the demon web pits where the corruption is yours to command. He seems to be fully taken in with your magnificent role and great role playing at the moment.
I'm going to kind of stay at a distance and put my hand out towards him and speak kind of partly in Infernal, as I speak Infernal.
Yep.
And sort of slip into Common, but kind of say with dissertation, just kind of continuously say how you have done a very good job, Abraham. You have served me well. There is so much corruption in this city. It would be a shame for that corruption to disappear. And I'm going to kind of cast my eyes around and say, my agents are very impressed with you. They have delivered me good reports of how you have terrified the city, how you have destroyed the city. And I'm going to start to list off some of the crimes I personally know about that
Yeah.
he's done and how
Perfect.
good they are, whilst trying to buy time for somebody to think of something.
Okay. So,
Am I still stealth? I have to ask.
yes, you are indeed still stealthed. You are the rogue of the party. I mean, you are sort of here. You are kind of hiding as he kind of Spider-Man's. Well, we'll stick him there for you now. So he kind of can do this. And he's sort of kind of prone at the moment in front of this vision of Loth.
Mistress, I am so humble and not fit to speak to you, but as I am here and I have picked up on your words, you are quite correct. This city is very corrupt. And if we drag it down into the demon pits now, maybe possibly waste some of the corruption that could further grow, would it not be better for Abraham, your great servant, to continue his good works in the city, to help the chaos and the degradation of the city further still, to delay the drawing down right this instance and to build upon it to make it all ever the more fruitful when we do draw it down?
I need my vengeance. You promised me my vengeance against those that are corrupt, those that made my family fall out of favour.
There are many ways to take vengeance on such people. There is a writer of great renown who has been following your exploits, who has been chronicling your exploits.
Where?
Work with that writer to share so that the proof may be found, to expose the corruption right within the city, to turn all of the occupants against those people, to clear your family name while damning the people that took such action against them. Persuasion.
Nia will say a few words in a monotonous tone that not many people might understand.
Yep. Okay, give me a persuasion roll, I guess. Give me a persuasion roll.
Ah,
So we delay. The eggs will wait. We delay. I can still slay the corrupt, yes.
Oh, indeed, you may slay away. Cast your swords, your blades, your webs. Cast your vengeance across the city. Oh, please do.
Kind of.
Nia looks at you.
He-
okay, because Jeremy's done the maths and worked out we only promised not to have the city drawn into hell. We didn't say we'd stop him killing people, so therefore we're fine. We're golden. We've done our bit.
then the spiders will whisper across the city. Messages will be sent that it will be slow deaths, not fast. I shall resend the order of 3 hours to kill, and I will take great pleasure in each of the individual deaths of these corruptors.
But you must let us expose them first. You must let us organise a meeting for you with that great writer. You must let him write the story that will expose them before they are slain, will show to the world their betrayal.
But of course, you have rolled a 29 on your persuasion, whatever you say.
What a peculiar thing to say.
And with that, he kind of opens his mask, and you see that there are spiders that sort of crawl out of his mask, and he's kind of got spiders in his suit. So be it, mistress. I will wait and speak with this writer.
I am having a vision of his name. Jessico. You will find him, and I'll give him the address.
Yes,
I
okay.
normally am.
You will find him. In fact, here is a business card.
And I would like to, before he kind of twigs anything, just sweep out.
Yep. Okay. Well done. Well done.
Joe May will sweep out kind of in Loth's way and do a swirling bow to the gentleman as she goes type thing.
Okay. Well, I guess you have convinced him, not the error of his ways, but
In terms of the contract, we're very clear. We had to stop Baldur's Gate being dragged into hell. That was it. Nobody said we had to kill him. Nobody said we had to take him out. We've done our bit.
yeah. And
Nia has recorded everything, now knows where he is, and will tell the guard.
yeah. Yeah, you leave. Are you attempting to take Jared and Jill May back, or are you satisfied that they have completed their task at hand and their pardons means that they can walk free? Nia.
According to the words of the agreement, the city of Baldur's Gate will not be destroyed. They are free.
Okay.
Yeah, but
until they commit another crime.
It's Joe May and Jared. They're probably going to want to go and actually double check that the pardons have been issued and that all the paperwork's in order.
Yeah, that's okay. So, but what I'm trying to say is Nia is not trying to arrest you and drag you back to the sea tower. Okay,
Not yet.
Yeah, you're not yet
Yeah,
until
I
another.
will be leaving like little things of lantern oil as I go,
Mhm.
and I will gently suggest that you do know you could just drop a candle and probably now set this on fire.
Oh,
I've been
you
wandering
It's
around
a
just
very
dropping.
dangerous activity.
you have booby trapped this. Is anybody going to activate the booby trap?
I'm giving that as an offer. I just went, that would save you coming back and having to kill all of the demonic spiders. Because I don't particularly want to chance actually going to hell.
Nia's not going to go for it.
Okay.
She's trying to arrest these rather than just try
So,
and kill them all.
so we enter the prologue then. You have been successful. You have persuaded Exemplar not to attempt to drag it into the demon web pit. For now, this, true to his word, he sends the message through the spiders, and the riots are rapidly quashed by the Flaming Fist and the Watch. You do indeed, Jared and Jill May, receive your pardons and are now free to walk the streets of
Garlic
Baldur's
prawns.
Gate.
There was garlic prawns. I'm sure I was promised garlic prawns.
Indeed, garlic bournes. Jesco, it seems that you have a contact now. This exemplar who is perhaps changed his ways somewhat in the fact that he is now seeking out to destroy corrupt people, but working alongside you as an investigative journalist to ensure that only those that truly need to be punished are punished, if that's what you want to do, Jessica.
Indeed, it is. Yes.
Jill May will stop Jessica, and go, I'd expect a small commission on all those stories going forward, seeing as I negotiated it for you.
Oh, you'll get 50%.
Excellent.
And that's fine. And
50%?
we can also arrange any extras that possibly need taking out.
Lungan, you receive a substantial award from the coffers of Baldur's Gate. It's up to you what you wish to do with the coin, or whether you want to slink back into the woods and forests with your companion Finn. And Nia, what do you do?
I think that Nia will head back to the watch and report everything. A week later, having finished all of the paperwork without barely sleeping a wink, will then descend and do a foolhardy mission of attempting to clean up the Undercity. Anybody who travels to the Undercity in the future may see a little Warforged head on a side, now for sale.
Yeah. And I think that is the perfect way to end our one shot. And we only overshot by 9 minutes. So that is terrific. So thank you very much, players. I hope you enjoyed that. Well done. Well done for using kind of role playing to in effect combat as well. Well deserved victory for you. Big thank you to everybody in chat for staying with us. I hope you all enjoyed it. Who knows, Charlie, whether Nia dies or can be reassembled at some point. A big thank
I'm
you.
imagining it's like the one from Doctor Who,
Yeah.
where you just get the Cyberman's head. It's
Yeah.
still talking away quite happily.
Absolutely. Yeah, amazing. I've had a blast. I really like Baldur's Gate as a city to explore.
I really do feel that Jill May and Jared have got to come out again, though. I really do feel as a pairing that's just going to be evil.
Absolutely, and don't
I
forget.
really need to do this again. That was way too much fun.
Don't forget, we do have Bruce now. We do have
Indeed,
Bruce.
we do.
Big
What does happen to
Yeah,
Bruce?
Bruce.
Bruce, we'll see, because let's face it, Ever Hungry is going to return at some point to Baldur's Gate now that it hasn't been dragged through to the Demon Web Pits. But all these questions can be answered at some point in the future if we want to do a sequel. For the moment, though, I think it's a great point to sort of end there and say good night to everybody in chat. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much to all of you wonderful players as well. We'll catch up with everybody very, very soon.